we're being tasked with doing more, right? Working with more types of content, delivering that to more publishing points. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we can make our people more effective. I'm John Roberts, CTO at ITN.
I'm James Webster. I work for ITV News as a reporter for the Content Hub, and I produce items for broadcast on 11 of our regions across England.
My name is Elizabeth Forden. I've been the strategic planner for the last 10 or so years. So I'm in charge of planning both the next day programmes and further ahead.
In broadcast, we produce around 7 hours of Tier 1 daily news and factual production, starting with the breakfast show with Good Morning Britain all the way through to the flagship news at 10. We're also a region, so the London region for ITV operates out of the same newsroom here, including the main show at 6 o'clock every evening. We produce a lot of digital content. It's one of the more exciting growing parts of the business, a fantastic roster of growing original content, around 7 billion views across ITV News' social media platforms last year. Collaboration is in many ways one of our biggest focuses in terms of our news production system. We are far more powerful together the more we can collaborate, whether that's resource sharing, getting access to the critical picture faster, whether that's just coming up with the best idea for the day. The more we can connect them around the information and the media that they need to work with every day, the better our output will be.
Before we used Wolftech, information was in a multitude of places. Any material which other newsrooms filmed would have been in a Google Doc, hopefully, if it was in the right place. Details of the filming that I was doing might be in an email, it might have been in iNews.
And you couldn't very easily see what other regions were doing. There was no real facility for seeing their planning diaries at all.
So Wolftech is central here to how we're thinking about collaboration, from the moment a story exists through to early ideation and sharing around how we think we might want to tackle that across the network, through to planning and resource deployment, and then ultimately increasingly tying all of that work into the running order or the digital output content.
Wolftech is really important. It will log all of my filming that I'm doing. It will log the requests I've sent out to each newsroom saying what I want them to ask, what footage, what shots I want them to gather, and then that will hold the details they send back to me, so it is all in one place.
We book everybody through Wolftech, booking crews, booking reporters, booking studios for down the lines and booking other resources like that. I think it has brought us together as a team to be able to use Wolftech in that way and plan ahead.
Depending what role you're doing, you will be more interested in different levels of detail about what people are working on. So you can set up your views in Wolftech for the information you need and be able to work out who's working on what, where they are, when they might be back, when you might be able to access that footage or speak to them about what they filmed. And then that extends between newsrooms. So in one newsroom, you might want to know what story they're running today, what they might be working on for tomorrow.
This is what I'm looking at. This is the next day's planning. So we can see the stories that we've got here. This is our North programme. This here is our South programme. Over here, we've got our neighbouring regions. So I can see at a glance what they're planning to do and whether any of their stories will be affecting us and whether I need to factor it in.
Before I set off, the first thing I want to know is where I'm filming. So that will be in Wolftech Go. It will give me a location. It will tell me if there's parking. It will tell me who I'm going to be seeing. I'll have their contact details. I will have an idea of what we've told them we want to film. Sometimes, if I'm filming something on behalf of someone else, it will have suggested questions they want me to ask. If not, it will have the background information so I can read that before I go out and work out what do I need to ask, how am I going to get the best out of them. And all that information will be on the Wolftech Go app.
I think a lot of reporters don't have much time to get the laptop out and look on there, so it's all done by the app.
And compared to what we had before, it was so disjointed. Now it's on the phone, and if anything's changed while you've been on the way to a job, it's always up to date when you get there.
Our newsroom, like many, was built around a broadcast output, and that's an ever-shifting picture. The digital team are now central to everything we do every day. So with our video production platforms, making sure that we can collaborate across production projects more effectively, the ability for teams to collaborate and share throughout the day is vital as we continue to blend between these worlds of broadcast and digital.
We are so much more organised now because you're not scrabbling around trying to find the information instead, so undoubtedly it feels a more efficient way of working.
Wolftech, in our vision, becomes central to the single pane of glass journey, where we really want to get to a place where all of our users find it more easy to interact with colleagues and with the media and content that we're working with every day.
It does feel like I have more time to be creative rather than looking after logistics.